A historical critic would say that A Dirge Without Music is used by Millay to express her appreciation of her family members and great individuals of the past. In many of her poems, Millay deplores the fact that people die. This is due to the fact that within her lifetime, many of the people she loved, such as her husband and mother, died. Furthermore, Millay was very educated in the arts. Her father was a school teacher, and her mother was a strong encouragement to her development as a writer. Despite their family being poor, her mother still exposed Millay to a rich environment of literature and music. In college and later on in her life, as a professional writer, Millay continued to educate herself in this literature and had been influenced by many great writers of the past, such as Shakespeare and Milton. This influence could be reflected in her poem A Dirge Without Music, as she expresses her sorrow for those before her that were talented but nonetheless died. Now we will begin analyzing Shakespeare's Hamlet. Hamlet is an outcast in this play, for he is set apart from the others because of his knowledge of the true way his father died. The revenge he must take for his father causes his madness and eventual isolation, since his friends Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are spies, and Ophelia is forbidden from seeing Hamlet. Furthermore, his disgust with his mother and Claudius leave him with little to truly connect with. Heaven and Earth, Must I Remember, Act 1, Scene 2, shows Hamlet's disgust with the people around him. His knowledge of his father's death renders him unable to see the world from the same point of view that he previously held, isolating him and causing him to suffer. He also suggests his internal struggles through the lines, "But break my heart, for I must hold my tongue," for he knows that he must not speak about the secret. "I am glad of it, knave's speech sleeps in foolish ear." These lines show the distrust Hamlet has of his friends. He speaks to Rosencrantz and indirectly calls him a fool, for he is aware of his trickery and the fact that he and Guildenstern are spies, not his true friends. An historical critic would say that the play is a play to warn Elizabeth I about the possible dangers of secession, for Hamlet had a good relationship with the Queen and Elizabeth had no heir. This can be seen through the bloodbath that resulted out of the struggle to gain the throne in Hamlet, as Claudius killed King Hamlet and Hamlet seeked revenge. Furthermore, the historical critic would also say that the play also has a number of historical influences. He would bring up the Danish legend Amleth and say that Amleth inspired the death of King Hamlet as well as the marrying of Claudius to Gertrude. Elizabethan culture also preferred bloody scenes, which would be reflected in the gruesome deaths of so many in Hamlet. The historical lens is wider than the new critics, yet it also has a less solid and is base and is more susceptible to error. The greater range of information that could factor into a historical interpretation accounts for this fact. But like Swift believes, the author always writes with a purpose, and this historical analyzation may give a glimpse into the purpose of the author. Thus, let's now analyze the new critic's view. A new critic would state that Hamlet is just a play that depicts the life of a prince's struggle to fulfill his duties as a prince and a son. A play is a play and not a message towards the queen about a possible problem. This is evidently the story because of the fact that soliloquies, the plot of the play, and the viewpoint all focus on Hamlet as the main character. We view everything through Hamlet's eyes and understand his struggles. Furthermore, a new critic also analyzes literary devices, such as symbols and metaphors. Yorick's skull is a symbol of fate, the inevitability of death, and equality, as Hamlet ponders on the fact that Alexander the Great and the court jester Yorick will eventually go to the same place spiritually, the afterlife, and physically, the ground. Poison is a symbol of corruption, violence, and death. It is used in the killing of King Hamlet to scare King Claudius and remind him of his guilt, kill Gertrude, Claudius, and Laertes and Hamlet at the end of the story. At every scene of death, poison was most likely there.
Created using Powtoon.